So I heard you need some help. Matter of fact, yo mama came up to me and was like, yo, Blade, teach this person how to run these ads, these Facebook ads, and how to convert so that he can stop taking loans out of my account. So in this video, we're gonna be teaching you exactly how to really make those ads, those Facebook ads finally convert so that you can start getting that money rolling in and you can pay back yo mama. So today's video, as you can already tell by the title of this video, guys, how do I make my ads convert? I made a video on this actually before. It was kind of a little bit more about retargeting. But in today's video, we're going to go into it in detail on what you're probably missing out when you're running your ads. And it mainly comes down to like two main principles that you need to understand. And to explain these two very, very important principles, I want to go over to my handy dandy whiteboard over here. Cool. Got my little pad on here is working. Cool, we're good here. And bring us up. All right, so there's two main principles, okay? And I'm not going to try to overcomplicate and say that ads are so complicated. You need to hire an ad manager, blah, blah, blah. They're really not. Because the two main things that immediately come to my mind when you ask me, Blade, how do I run a freaking Facebook ad? How do I make my ads convert? The two main things that mainly come to my mind is first, the offer. Okay. The second thing that I got over here is like split testing. So really quick, before I really dive into this, the reason why I say split testing, the reason why I even brought up an ad manager is because this is a very clear thing that you guys are going to know. If you guys are you're looking to hire an ad manager, you can't go for the cheapest person. And I'm not saying use me. Matter of fact, my team's actually full. But what I'm saying is when you're looking to hire an ad manager, mainly to do split testing, you got to make sure that the ad manager is not the cheapest one, because a lot of times the cheapest ones don't have enough confidence to tell you, listen, Blade, you got to fix up your offer. This offer is not converting. We need to try a different route. A lot of times they're just playing around with numbers. That's all they're seeing is just the numbers and numbers, you know? So you need somebody that's able to understand that when you need to switch the offer, when you need to test out something different. Because ultimately, the first thing that you need to do, the main priority when you're running any sort of ads, regardless of, I know I said Facebook ads here, but I'm just using that for the title. But the main reason why I say offer is the most important thing is because if you don't have the right offer, nothing else is going to work. You can have the best offer. I mean, you can have the worst offer, 0 out of 0 offer, or 0 out of 10. It won't make any sense. Offer. And you can have 10 out of 10 targeting, 10 out of 10 copywriting. Oh my gosh, COPY. You can have 10 out of 10 of a website, web dev, whatever. Everything can be amazing. But if the offer isn't what people want to buy or people aren't in the market for, it's just plain old straight up, it's not going to work. So to elaborate, the first thing that you're going to need to figure out is, what do people really want? And when I try to figure out what am I going to sell someone, like I'm starting a new business, or like let's say I'm going to start a new business, right? Let's say I want to sell courses out to people. The first thing that I want to do is figure out what specifically are like the pain points. What specifically can I sell these people that's going to help somebody? You know, the reason why people are going to buy something is for solutions. People want immediate solutions. Matter of fact, people don't even want to read like a freaking or read or watch like a 6-week course. You know, every time I sell my course, I mean, like I sell courses for $2,000. I sell courses for $6,000. I sell courses for $1,000. I sell courses for $297. Generally, what people just read is the solutions. And you can look at it straight to the statistics. You know, all of the fluff in there, there's no point. You know, there's no point having a 6-week course, honestly. People want are just the solutions. You know, that fluff, I mean, you can put it in there, just some make it seem like it's big and stuff just for marketing reasons. But the main thing that people read is the solutions. And there's a certain reason for that. It's because they're buying your shit just for the solutions. So your offer needs to completely revolve around what solutions people want. So this is when you're first starting out, this is when you need to do a little something called a research. All right. Now, let me tell you, research is not what you think people want. It's not what's worked for you. Because a lot of times what actually works is different than what people were willing to buy. People buy off of emotions, which is why people are perfectly willing to spend $1,000, $1,500 on a brand new phone, whereas a book that teaches you how to make money is like, oh, maybe that's difficult for them, you know? Another example, people are perfectly willing to go to the bar, spend $100, $200 on a night, have a great time, I guess, for instant gratification, whereas a book is really difficult. It's really difficult for some people to make the decision, or a course can be really difficult to make a decision like that. Software, you know, things like that. For me, that's not really my way. For me, honestly, yeah, I go to the bar sometimes, but for me, when it comes to my business, I shell out the cash, you know. But what I'm trying to say is people generally buy off emotions. 99% of the time, they buy off emotions. So it doesn't really. Well, I'm saying, yeah, your product should solve the problem, but the main course should be what people want. Okay. The reason why you put the what actually solves the problem in there is so that they don't get refunds, you know. But the main thing the course needs to be, the main marketing, the main key is what people want, what people are willing to pay for. Okay. So now that you understand that, Blade, how are we going to do this research? Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. And I'll make another example in a second, talking about, let's say you're not just starting out the business right now. Okay. Maybe you're actually running ads. I'll talk about that in a quick second. But let's say right now, just starting off, all right? You're just starting off this business. So what research am I saying? I'm talking about organic. I'm talking about free stuff right now. I'm talking about your Facebook group. So let's say I use credit repair, for example, because that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. I do a lot of marketing for credit repair companies. So what I did is I started a Facebook group and I started putting up polls on there on the Facebook group, finding exactly what people struggle. How can I make it easier? How can I make things easier? How can I save time? Those are the three things that I'm really trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what's their pain points. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can make whatever process they have easier, and if there's a way I can probably save them time. That's what people are willing to pay for. You know, they're willing to pay for some answer to their solution. They're willing to pay for something that can make their job easier, something that can save them time. That's what people are willing to pay for. Okay, that's where the dollar signs start to roll in. All right, so the same concept with Facebook group can be applied to like to YouTube, actually, yeah, to Instagram polls as well. But another thing of research is putting out content. Now this can be applied for all organic, all social media platforms, but as content creation. So when I'm talking about content creation, I'm talking about like a YouTube channel, Instagram, whatever. And I'm talking about putting out as many freaking videos as you can. Put out videos. Put out content. Put out as much as you can. And to break it down, the simplicity of this is, let's say you put out 3 videos. So you got, I should not even attempt to draw. All right, so you got video 1, you got video 2, you got video 3. All right. Let's say that this one has, let's say that they all average for some reason, say they all average 100 views. Now there's 2 parts in the analytics we're kind of looking for is yeah, so let's say they all average 100 views. But this watch time is way higher than everything else. Obviously, video 1 is doing better. Another example of how to kind of gauge your analytics is not also by watch time, but it's also by, yeah, views. So let's say that that one has 100 views over here. This one has 10 views. Let's say this one only has 1. Obviously, this one's doing better. Okay. So this one, so what you're looking for is first, I shouldn't have said it that way. All right. The first thing that you're looking for is kind of just like views. Okay. Put out a bunch of titles out there, put out a bunch of videos, content out there, put out a bunch of stuff, find out what people really like seeing from you. Okay. Watch time really just shows you where people are dropping off, where you're getting bored, where you're losing people. So that's kind of a bad example. What I'm trying to say is, where are people engaging the most? What type of videos that you put out where people are engaging the most? That's the best way to find an offer, through organic media. And this can be anything. This could be just putting out Instagram posts, could be Instagram videos, could be reels, TikTok videos, blah, 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 blah. Same concept. What are people just watching more? What are people engaging with? That's a great way to find your offer, And by doing this, by putting these videos out there, I mean, I have another video that goes more in detail about how to put out content. But overall, when you're in this stage, put out as much stuff as you can. Find out what exactly people are looking for and provide value. Don't just selflessly promote your stuff, put out as much value as you can to help people. It's where you earn that trust. Trust me, people will come to you. Trust me. All right. But yeah, this is how you do it kind of organically in the beginning stages. Now, I'm sure you guys are probably wondering also, Blade, how do I do this? Like, I'm running ads right now. I have the money to spend. I just want to figure this out really quick. That sounds like it takes a long, long time. And yeah, you might be right. I might be able to figure out really quick, but let me show you how to do this a little quicker. Is with paid ads. Now, this is very simple, guys. All right. And honestly, I love this stuff. All right. And after we talk about the paid ads, we're going to talk about how to make them convert, like actually convert. Okay. So paid ads and kind of split testing, but yeah, paid ads. So what we're going to do is you put out a bunch of traffic campaigns. That's what they're for. Traffic campaigns, whatever. I know my handwriting is beautiful, guys. I get it. All right. But we can put out a bunch of traffic campaigns. Same thing when I talk about with the content with those videos. You can put 3 different offers. All right. Offer 1, 2, 3. Simply stating, look for which one has the best click-through rate. If offer 1 has the best click-through rate, fantastic. Knock those out. Knock those out. I would make 2 revisions or two revisions and base it against the stock one. So I'll make this like 1. All right, keep the same one. All right, that's the control. And then I'll make 1.2, 1.3. And just reword the offer a little bit and just try to figure out verbiage. See what people like. So, for example, for this one, I might use more of a formal type of thing. All right, I might use some emojis. I might talk to them, hey, you, hi, marketer, or something like that. I might be more formal, like we're actually friends, kind of. Oh no, I kind of sound that wrong. I would be more, not formal, I would be more friendly. My bad, I used the wrong name there, but it's still fine. This one's more formal and this one's more friendly. This one can be like emojis. This one can be like directly saying attention marketer or something like that. This can be more friendly. Formal, this can use more statistics maybe. But really figure out your target audience. So like, let's say you're talking to a bunch of doctors, very sophisticated people, or a bunch of engineers. Those people will probably like to see more engineers would probably like to see more numbers compared to like a friendly tone. So here we're kind of like testing out tonality, what these people like to hear, and see what click-through rate people like. Okay. That's to really help you design a ad. Okay, cool. So now that we kind of understand how to really get these offers, okay, find out what people really like. Now the thing is, how do you get these people to convert? Wait, how do you do that? I can never get these people to convert. Well, you can, all right? Because if people are clicking on your stuff, on your ads, they're obviously interested. So how do we get these people to convert? So let's say people are clicking these ads, but for some reason, they're not going through the funnel. Now, there's a couple of things that could be up with this. There's a couple of cases. So let's say you have an ad over here. We're going to put up a couple of examples over here. This ad goes to a landing page. All right. The landing page goes to a form. And form, they go to a webinar or schedule appointment. Forms go webinar. to schedule. Simple like that. All right. Say that's your funnel right there. Okay. And I can't wait till my funnel planner tool comes out that I can actually draw this and actually make it look a whole lot better. That's coming out in a couple of weeks, actually, which is really, really cool. We're super excited for the funnel hacker tool, my funnel planner tool. It's gonna allow you to just plan everything, share with everybody, and share with your teammates. Just overall make designing your strategies, your marketing strategies, a whole lot easier. You guys will love it. But enough of that. So let's say you have your ad, and this is actually doing pretty well. Now, depending on what you're using, go high level, ClickFunnels, WordPress, whatever you use, most of them actually have some software that's able to understand kind of where the drop through rate is, the click off rate is. And now the click off rate, people dropping off could be for a number of reasons. Keep that in mind. I'll explain that and I'll go into that in a second. But let's say people go in here, they go to the landing page, but they stop at the form. Okay, that's where they stop. Let's say that some people fill out the form, they go to the webinar, some people don't fill out the form. But let's say on average, they're stopping around at the form. Okay, cool. Two things that can be the problem. And I'm gonna show you how to fix it. First thing is this ad might not have the best quality of people. Maybe they viewed this landing page, they clicked a button, a form popped up, like, maybe I don't want this. Maybe I have a feeling it's gonna be expensive or something like that, you know? Whereas, or maybe they go to the webinar and they check out the webinar, it's like a 45-minute webinar, it's like, oh, I don't have time for this. In that case, send them a text message. Maybe they go to the landing page, then they stop right at the landing page and they just don't even click, you know? So one case could be is the quality of people. One's quality. Okay. Another one is commitment. Kind of, I'll get into that in a second. So quality. Maybe just the quality of the people aren't exactly the type of people that you want. Maybe the people that you're attracting with your ad. Maybe you put like on your ad, like a discount on your ad, and it's driving low quality people. Or maybe you put something on your ad where you're offering some sort of free ebook, whereas the quality of people are just people just coming in for free stuff, you know? So a quick way to fix that is I wouldn't really do a lot of discounts on your stuff, especially right off of the back on the ad. Like if your ad relies on a discount or a freebie to get people in, generally you're not bringing the right people, okay? Unless you have buckets of money to spend, and that's a different story. But chances are you're not like Experian running ads, you know. But that's a credit score company. But yeah, continue. So quality and how to fix this. Now, simply stated, is split testing. So let's say you have offer 1, 01, whatever, 2, 3. Now, this becomes a little bit difficult when you don't really have a tracker to really track the individual people. Well, it's not difficult. There's a way to get around. Let me show you. So my actual funnel planner tool allows you to specifically track each individual customer and where they stop, where they come back, things like that. And also a heat map that shows you where the drop off specifically in the page is. But if you don't have that just yet, let's make you money first so you can get that later. You know, that's my job, is to help you guys make money so you guys can reinvest into your business and do a lot better. So let's say that offer 1, okay, over here, here, here. I mean, my bad, offer, ad, whatever. Let's say ad 1, ad 2, ad 3. Let's say ad 1, generally people are dropping off at, let's say people are dropping off at the webinar here. Let's say in ad 2, people are generally dropping off on the landing page. Let's say ad 3, people are actually watching the webinar and they go into the schedule. Let's say that knowing this, let's say that the cost per click over here, let's say the cost per click here is like 0.01. Let's say the webinar is 0.3. And let's say the schedule is like $2. Yo, who cares what the cost per click is? Especially if you have a product, like if people are scheduling, you know, and you're looking at a cost per click and you're making your results based on cost per click, knowing that people are scheduling on this specific ad, like stop, like take these out. Something's wrong with these ads, okay? And focus on this one, make and split test this one, simple as that. Like I said, this might be a little bit more difficult if you don't have a specific ad tracking software to really help you understand the quality of the audiences behind each individual ad. There are other ways, like I said, there are other ways to kind of get around that, to test one ad at a time, to test one ad at a time. So what I would do is I would test out, like, let's say we have 3 ads. I would do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll do Monday, Tuesday on this ad, and I'll see the statistics on where people go. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on this ad, Friday, Saturday on this. Actually, you really want to have 3 days to kind of optimize itself. So I'll give 3 or 4 days and add 1, 3 or 4 days and add 2, 3 or 4 days and add 3. And then you can actually look into Go High Level or ClickFunnels, whatever you have, and see statistically which specific ad pushes people the furthest in the funnel, and then work with that specific ad. Like I said, if you have an ad tracking software like we have, it's just going to save you a whole lot of time, and you'll be able to actually pinpoint which specific ad brings the best quality people, just to make it a little easier. Always trying to make your life easier. Like I said, guys, before, make your life easier or save you money, which we do both. But enough promos. But yeah, that's how you test the quality. Next thing is the commitment. So like I said, a lot of people, you know what happens? I'm be dead honest with you. Okay. A lot of people, they're in the bathroom, they're taking a shit, man. They're on their phone, they're aimlessly scrolling through Facebook, taking a shit, and they're like, oh, look at this ad, I like this. And they click it and they finish their shit while the form pops up and like, I'll do this later. And they finish their shit and they forget about it. That's usually, a lot of times that's the case. Or a lot of times people are in the car, which I know they shouldn't be, or pretty much what I'm trying to say, people are distracted. When they're aimlessly scrolling through social media. The reason why people go on social media is to distract themselves, to get them that quick, get them that quick spurt of energy. I forgot what it's called. I'm having a brain fart right now, but you know what I mean. You're getting that dopamine. My bad, dopamine. You go to social media to distract yourself and get the quick dopamine amount that you want. That's an average what people are using it for. So what I'm trying to say is, for those people, which is like literally probably around 60-70% of the people that are kind of distracted or like busy, what you need to do is you just need to retarget them a couple more times, so you might, excuse me, you might run an ad, see that no one's going through, and don't run any retargeting ads or retargeting funnel, and you're never going to know. So I'm trying to say. So the way I do it is I do a little conversion campaign to my actual funnel, my in funnel, and I just do a traffic campaign, retargeting everybody. All right, just save a little bit more money. But yeah, so the commitment. So, and the thing is about this retargeting campaign. So let's just clear this real quick, and let me just talk about the retargeting, because this is going to help you save a lot of money, help you make a lot of money. Generally, what you're going to see is that you're going to get most of your sales, cheapest sales, through retargeting. All right. That's just what I've seen, and the people I've talked to have seen. I mean, I know there's a lot more people that spend a lot more money than me in ads. So that's what I'm saying. Those people have seen that most people convert in the retargeting ads. I mean, I spent a lot on ads too. So, all right, retargeting. So when you're retargeting people, everybody's different. Okay. Everybody's completely different. People are on their phones at different times of the day. One cool trick that you could do is, if you see that people are on average checking out your ads at a specific time of the day through the analytics, do a lifetime budget and only specifically put out the ad in those times of the day. So I would imagine when people are off of work, so maybe after 6 all the way to like 12 at night, or maybe early in the morning, or maybe at 3 o'clock, kind of when people take a break. I also seen, what I'm saying is, like, after 6, sometimes between 1 and 3, I guess people take breaks, and then early in the morning. So like kind of 3 hot points in the day. Or you can just run up. If you don't see that, just run a standard bid per day or something like that, whatever it's called. Whereas you don't do a lifetime budget with specific times of the day. So retargeting ad. So let's get back to that. I keep on ranting. Let's get back to this. So retargeting. So when you're running a retargeting ad, you're not going to run one. Let me tell you that. don't run one. You got to run multiple. That's why most people hire a ad manager to do this stuff because, like I said, this is like a full-time job. Like, think about it. Your funnel is going to supply you with hopefully some passive income for the rest of your life. Your funnel is you're building this funnel to supply you funds with money so that you can live off of, you know? What I'm trying to say is that it requires a lot of time. What I'm trying to say also is that this is a full-time job, and I don't really recommend people, like if they're doing their own stuff, if they're doing your own ads, I don't really recommend people doing multiple funnels, doing multiple different things. Because then if you do multiple different things, you're splitting your time between them and you might get confused. Well, not really confused. I'm sure you won't get confused, but you're splitting your time between both of them. Whereas you can focus strictly on one funnel, make that as perfect, really optimize it, hone it in, optimize, get those email campaigns, text messages, everything so optimized that it just works. It supplies you with money. That's what I like about it, because when you're running like an ad, once you get it, like I'm not going to say it's an instant thing. Like that's like winning the lottery, you know? You're not going to get it in the first try. I never heard of that. Matter of fact, I don't even know anybody that won the lottery. I know somebody that won like $50, you know? Like I don't know anybody that won the lottery. I don't know anybody that has ever made a successful funnel the first time. It needs to be optimized. It needs to be tailored. It needs to be done right. And this comes down to, so let's get back to this retargeting is what I'm trying to say. Like I said, full-time job. All right, retargeting. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to test out multiple different things. Obviously, we know in the ad, you're going to test out like a picture. Oh my God, what a P right there. Picture, a vid, different copies and stuff like that. Generally, the thing goes like, pic / vid. Next thing people look at is, the title on the top. I mean, my bad. The title on the bottom. If you're on Facebook, under the video, then they're going to click the button, expand it, they're going to read the description. And the description convinces them to click the button, click the button and click the learn more button. So with retargeting, what was it going with? So with retargeting, what you're going to want to do is you want to test out multiple different things, okay? You're really going to want to test multiple things. The first thing that I would generally do is I would run a simple retargeting from an ad to I would do like a landing page. And on that landing page, out pops up a form where they can schedule the appointment. This is just to get those little stragglers that maybe at first they were taking a shit or something like that and they missed. They didn't get it and they got distracted and they're like, they wanted to do it, but they forgot about it. Just to pick up those stragglers, just easy, quick, pick up those stragglers, Next thing over here, so we can do another example. This is why I got to test out multiple things, because some people like this to get the stragglers, this is like the easiest one over here. This is one just a mandatory thing, one from an ad just straight to the point. This is where you can get the people that just got instantly distracted. They want your stuff, easy stuff. But now we're gonna start getting to people that we want to actually convince. Okay. So first of all, every time, this should just be simple logic, especially running ads. Every time they schedule, you got to make an audience so that you're not continuously retargeting and wasting money on people that are already scheduled or active clients. But I feel like that's something you guys should know. All right, cool. So the next one over here, another good example is that I actually like. This could be to a freebie, okay? A freebie that teaches them something with a call to action to build trust, to show that you know what you're talking about. So what I would do is I would run an ad to I know I was saying freebies before, but I want to use freebies to attract people. I would use it for retargeting. So an ad to a landing page, okay? And a landing page, because you already have their, I don't know, you might not already have it. So I'm trying to say landing page where they fill out a form, where they get a freebie. Oops, a PDF. Okay, because before you did a webinar, yes, now let's do a PDF. Now, what I have, for example, I have, if you go to my Facebook, I have a good example of this. You go to my Facebook, you click on my banner, you go to facebook.com/natblade. I'm not gonna put it in the description because I'm too lazy, but go to my Facebook click on that banner, and there's something called the credit repair blueprint, or it might have updated to like the Funnel Hacker Lab blueprint. All right, click on that blueprint. It's in general, you can use it for every different niche, but it's going to show you a bunch of freebies that you can actually offer people. And that credit repair blueprint, or my Funnel Hacker Lab blueprint, I mean, that's one of my freebies that I offer in my retargeting. And it's a great one, a fantastic one, because it builds trust. It gets them to sign, give us the email and hopefully the text message. I think text message is more quality, but less people give it to you. It gets them to give you information, and it builds more trust. And you got to make sure it has an excellent call to action at the end of it, saying like, hey, schedule an appointment with a little link. That's why I say PDF, with a link to schedule an appointment with you. All right. Another one that you could use, let me tell you. All right, another one you can use is, I like this one too, is a simple one. So an ad to not a landing page, but I want to call it like a webinar recap. So a shorter version of the webinar, whereas the webinar might have been like 30 minutes. This is for the people that were too busy when they were actually interested, but when they got to the webinar, they realized like 30, 45 minutes, like F this. I don't have time to watch this entire webinar. I'm too busy right now. So this is the one, this is the ad, excuse me, this is the ad that's going out to the people that were too lazy to watch. It's not the fact that they're lazy, but they didn't watch the entire video. So this is going to be a short version of the webinar. So maybe I'm talking like 5-10 minutes max of this one. All right. So short recap of the webinar. From there, click schedule appointment. Okay. Simple like that. What we're trying to do in this retargeting is we're trying to hit every single angle, hit every single objection that somebody might have to eventually convince them and convert them into a client, or to convert them to do the thing that you want them to do, which is schedule an appointment. All right. So this one, yeah, schedule over there. All right, with the link. All right, cool. Next one could be like, and I'm just using examples of things that I've used previously in the past and I'm currently using right now. And what's worked. Like, this is what works. I'm just gonna tell you straight, guys. All right, you don't have to buy my $5,000 course. We already tell you that this is what works. All right, cool. So, so an ad, another one that works well is an ad. Oh, I actually really like this one. And our buddy Alex Becker, just shout out to Alex Becker and his YouTube channel. He actually showed me this one, and I used this one, and it was just smart. It was really genius, and I love this one. So add to a training. And obviously before over here, if you want, you can put a form over here. Over here, you can put a form, all right, to a training, okay? And I would structure it so that if they filled out the form, don't send them to do another form again. That just doesn't, that just comes off as like irresponsible, I guess, or as unprofessional, because they already filled out the form once. It's just only going to annoy them if they have to do it again. And it's not that hard to create a couple of audiences and set that up the right way. So I'm trying to say, all right, cool. So yeah, so if you need a form, so an ad to a training is what I'm trying to say. So it's not, what's the best way to explain this? So it's like a training. So let me show you the page. Let me just draw it out for you guys, because I'm such a beautiful artist. I know, guys. I know. You don't have to tell me. Right? So what I'm talking right here is I'm talking about, you have a video over here, and you have multiple different topics. So topic 1 over here, you have topic 2, topic 3, topic 4. You have whatever you want. You can have an entire page filled up with different training videos. Okay, let me get that out of there. I'm saying the entire point of this training is to train them how to use your whatever you're offering. So for example, Funnel Hacker Labs, this training would train them how to use my software. So it kind of convinces themselves by training them how to use the software. It converts themselves. All right. I love this one. It's one of my favorite ones. All right. So you can call it a training, you can call it a boot camp, whatever you want to call it. But whereas it just go from an ad to this boot camp training, whatever it is, and this training teaches you how to use your actual product or service. Okay. Fantastic one. Okay. That's honestly my favorite one. All right. But yeah, so these are just a couple of them that you can use. I mean, another one can be like, all right, so let's say you have an ad. This is don't work as much as these. These are my top ones, right? These are my gold, right? Those are my gems right there. Another one can be like an ad to an FAQ page, an ad to, whoops, don't want to do that. An ad to like a about us, ad to like company mission, things like that. All right. Generally, mission's the best. 1, 2, and 3 is what I see it as. Like this one works better than this one and this one. Okay. So that's my main retargeting thing. You know, I just gave you a lot of gold right there. The least you can do is subscribe. You know, I'm just saying, I'm joking. You guys, if you guys love my stuff, you're a subscriber anyway. That's how I feel, you know. All right. What I'm trying to say is that's how you really convince them to commit. And it mainly comes down to, like I said, split testing. And you're gonna see, like, you're gonna want to make sure that everything's completely split tested, like to the freaking 1.001%. Because when you start pushing a budget, all right, so let's say you initially you're testing this out with $100 a day. When you start pushing that bus, when you're boosting that to 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, you're gonna notice that, yeah, you're boosting this ad spend up. Whoop. But your conversion is going to go down. Your conversion rate's going to go down. That's just generally how it is. All right. So what you want to do before you start really boosting it is you want to really make sure, like I would do $100 a day, like something light, and really optimize your funnel, your emails, your retargeting, your text messages, things like really make sure everything's optimized before you start really boosting that ad. Okay. Because you're going to notice as soon as you start boosting it, the conversion rate's going to go down. That's just kind of what happens. I don't know why. I mean, I can explain it, but that's a different video. But yeah, cool. So guys, like I said, hope this helped you guys out. We're going to post this on our blog as well too. A couple more information on our blog. But thank you guys for watching. And if you want that tool, that software that I was actually talking about in this video, you guys know where to click down below. I'll talk to you later, and I'll see you at the top. Peace out, baby.